What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today got some kind of like, don't have the festival events, so I was kind of struggling to find something to do, but we've got quite a few of these little street races that we haven't completed yet that are still in the new status. So that's what we're going to kind of take care of. We're going to start out with this nightcity.exe because we haven't done it, and I think you get the whatever the Quadra car is from Cyberpunk after you complete it. So we're in our Ferrari FXXK that we unlocked in the last episode or video from Forza Horizon 4 by doing the Horizon Super 7 high stakes. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. But we're gonna go ahead and get into some of these street races, see if we can't knock them out. We might not be able to use our Ferrari in, after all. Oh, it looks like it's restricted to S1 class. Okay. Well, what do we want to use? I really like the Performante. It's just not the fastest. We're gonna use the LFA, actually. It's, again, not the fastest, but definitely the best sounding, right? So we'll go ahead and try it in this and see how it goes. Alright, so nightcity.exe. Again, we're racing the Quadra. I don't remember what it's actually called. Quadra VTEC. It's from Cyberpunk, so they did a little like crossover thing with Cyberpunk. So racing La Racer. You'll notice I remember her from one of the Horizon stories. Hers was like based around cars that were in video games. So okay, we're ahead of her. I don't know if we're just, maybe we accelerate faster than it, or flip that. Ooh, we went way too far. Let's rewind that. That wasn't the LFA being bad, that was me not paying any attention to the racing line, so there we go. Much better. Down here. Back inside. But yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of running into things and like ideas for Forza Horizon 4 outside of like the weekly festival reset and the new playlist. I really don't know too much what to record. I've seen people suggest like car reviews. The issue is it's like I'm not as much of a car person. Like I couldn't go into like too much detail, but did you hear those snap, crackles, and pops as we downshifted? But I couldn't get into like too much details around the cars. So I don't know if that would work out too well. I feel like those would just be pretty bland videos. We've been playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered on the channel a little bit. Just as kind of filler. I also would like to start Wreckfest back up, but I'm not too sure yet. Let me know down below if you've got any ideas. Take some air there. But if you got some ideas for Forza Horizon 4, it's definitely my favorite game right now. I'd love to be able to do like, subscriber play nights or whatnot like that. Get together and do some online races and stuff. But, it's hard to kind of coordinate that. But our Discord server is starting to blossom a little bit, so that's good. If you're not in our Discord server, there's a link down below for it. Definitely go join, get plugged in. But looks like we did just unlock that Quadra VTEC. We ranked up in the street scene as well. So we got one of those knocked out. We're gonna go jump into another one. Let's jump back into our Ferrari real quick. I don't know if I want to add the LFA to our favorites. Let's see, back into FXXK, because we're going to use this in at least one of these street races. Car collector, so rank 41 there. All right, good deal. We've got a few up here in Edinburgh that we can take care of. Jump into this one first. This is such a cool car, like, just the neatest. So we're gonna do Edinburgh West End. And again, we're gonna use our Ferrari FXXK. Alright, here we go. So we've got a F40 right next to us. Some kind of McLaren 720 possibly. Hoonigan RS200, Pagani. Hello. Got a Mosler, however you pronounce it out in front. Behind him, this is a fast car. It feels good to drive too. Definitely go get it if you don't have it. You've got one day. There's a Super 7, okay, that was horrid. The Super 7 resets with the weekly reset, so every Thursday it'll restart. So luckily that's added a little more, you know. I mean, there's a regular Super 7, but I didn't do it this week because I didn't really too much care about what that car was. It was a Citroen D23 or whatever. It's a neat car, but I've already got one and I don't use it, so didn't necessarily need two of them, I guess. But with the high stakes, man, I'm just flying around right now. I'm not paying attention. But with the high stakes, the Super 7 high stakes, they've added, you know, where you can't really see what the end reward is. So it kind of adds a little bit of, you know, fun and randomness. Oh my goodness gracious. I have the slightest clue what's going on with me today. I'm just not paying enough attention to the road, I guess. But I think, from what I've seen in my comments at least, that the rewards are the same for the Super 7 high stakes. So I believe, based off of, you know, one or two comments that I saw, that you would get this Ferrari from the Super 7 high stakes. I'm still unsure about how that works with emotes and clothing, because I would hate to think that they would give you clothing or emotes that you already have. So, but there we go. It's another street race down, and we'll jump into a third. Are there any other races that we haven't completed yet? Let's do that. I don't know that we've done all the drag races, have we? Done that one. Okay. Yeah, we have. I think all we have are street races left. Oh, we've got a few, like a cross country there, a dirt series there, dirt series. Let's go do this cross country and these dirt series races real quick, actually. Yeah, we'll go do these. And we'll end the video after these three. That way it's not a short video. There should be a Wheel Spin Wednesday coming out later today, because you guys will see this on Wednesday. So it's set up for off-road buggies. I'm going to create a new one. I'm not going to use this car, obviously. Let's see. What do we want to use? I want just the extreme off-road. Keep it open. Sure. So I want to be able to use this Toyota Baja truck from the welcome pack. Alright, here we go. The Beach View Cross Country Sprint, I think it was. So we're using our Toyota Baja truck. Oh, we just cleared a... I don't know, was it the Mini Cooper we jumped over? I don't know how we got that checkpoint, but I heard the check, or the sound. I pushed that truck out of the way, pushed the trail cat out of the way, and we're up in the first. If you haven't seen this... okay, rewind. Going a little too fast. Getting a little too antsy there, I guess. If you haven't seen this truck... you missed that one too. Dang. That is a pretty sharp turn for being off-road. Let's slam the brakes on, I guess. There we go. But, there we go. If you haven't seen this truck with this tune on it, it's absolutely insane. The tune's been shared in the Discord server that I mentioned earlier. I guess I can give some background information on the Discord server. Basically, just a place, you know, to communicate with other people that play Forza. And, you know, eventually we'll have other games represented on there. But right now, it's just heavy around Forza Horizon 4. But yeah, it's a good place to, you know, find tunes to use for the seasonal events. Every week I go through and make videos for the YouTube channel on those new festival playlist events. They get uploaded here, but I try to upload the tunes that I use and the cars that I use up onto the Discord server, so there's a good chance that if you're in that Discord server, you'll see those tunes and share codes prior to actually having the video go live. But other than that, there's also places in there for you to, you know, find people to play with, whether it's to, you know, just play around or to, you know, get competitive and try to find some friends to do, or new people to play with, to do the trial events and the seasonal playground games. You know, those go a lot better when you actually know who's on your team as far as, you know, what their abilities are, and, you know, you might not get stuck with random players that don't help, right? So, definitely go check that out. We're gonna go jump into a dirt race now. Looks like we leveled up there. Let's see what we get in this wheel spin. Not bad. It's not the worst thing we've gotten ever, so better than clothing. But we're gonna jump into a dirt race now. And I'm not sure what car I'm gonna use for a dirt race, but we'll find out. Alright, so I ended up jumping in our Jeep Gladiator just because I like it so much. I set the event up to be anything goes, so that's why they're all in cars. And the class is also open, but let's see what the Gladiator can do. It doesn't turn as well as, you know, these cars will, but here's what it is. Just got Barrels of Blast completed. I'm not sure what that was for. It was a daily Forzathon challenge. Ooh, maybe we shouldn't have left it to anything goes. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up to that Subaru up there. If you don't have the Gladiator, I've got good news for you. It's coming back in the winter season of the series. So this video comes out on Wednesday, so the season will reset tomorrow for you guys when you're seeing the video. And then it'll just be one more week after that, and you'll be able to get the Gladiator, and it'll be unlockable by completing 80% on the winter season. So the winter season in this series, wow, we are just out of control right now. The winter season for this series is actually chalked up pretty good with some nice cars, and I'm actually excited about it. Not excited about the snow, but it's actually got some good vehicles coming to it. So looking forward to the winter, you know, getting another Gladiator for sure. But yeah, 50% through this race. Glad we got out in the front. Again, this probably wasn't the best vehicle picked for this. Right now this thing is literally maxed out, so I just threw a tune on it with, you know, whatever the highest PI was. Probably not the best way to drive this, but it's the most fun way to drive this. It would probably be fine against other trucks as well, you know. It'd do better against other trucks and not racing you know, rally cars or sports cars, whichever you prefer to call those. We're about 3/4 of the way through now, and she's handling like a dream. Oh no, there's no sharp turns, right? Speaking of sharp turns, make sure we get on the brakes there. This thing is a lot of fun to drive when you just max out the power. It just slides. This is like, I don't know. I would love to have a Gladiator in real life. It would be a lot of fun. I would like to have a Hellcat Gladiator, we'll say. That would definitely be a lot of fun. And there we go, across the line. Looking good doing it too. Alright, so for this last new Dirt Series event, I souped up this, this 124 Abarth Spider. Just kind of want to see, you know, how it does. This thing's always the very first car, you know, in our garage, like based off of its name. I want to see how it drives on the dirt. You know, it's definitely not something that's supposed to be a dirt car, but we'll see how it does. Again, like I said, I just threw a random tune on it. The tune says it was, you know, A-class dirt. So we're gonna see how well of a tune it is. It's handling well enough right now, that's for sure. Got some backfire, man. This thing sounds good too. Pops and crackles. And it's a little slow on the road. I'm sure that we can catch up to these Audis, yeah, TTs. Let's see. Hopefully that's something they fix in Horizon 5, where, you know, people aren't, or the Drivatars, not people, but the Drivatars don't use, you know, the Audi TTs and the Ford Focus RS in like the higher races. It's like a little crappy. Like sometimes you could be or in a, you know, we'll call it a Lamborghini, just for the sake of it. And if the class is like open on the race, there will be Drivatars and Audi TTs and Focus RSs. And I understand that you can upgrade them, but not every single Drivatar should be in the same car, in my opinion. I think a variety is good, where you can have variety. Like obviously there's going to be some events where it's like, you know, drive a, you know, like the festival playlist events where there's like restrictions. And I kind of hope that there's more restriction in Horizon 5. Like, I hope that certain events, like, you can't just take any kind of car you want into them. Like, this right here. I wish there was, like, ways that you could set up better restrictions or something. Like, the game made you do restrictions, kind of, if that makes sense. Instead of just setting up a blueprint. It would be cool to have, you know, I like the idea of blueprints, but I feel like you should have to race each race a certain way, and then you can set up blueprints for that race, instead of just doing it from the get-go. That's just my opinion, though. I like structure, though. I don't like having freedom to make races bend to my will, I guess. So, I think it's just a little more competitive, and I hope, like, and why I say that is, like, I really like the festival playlist events where you have a certain vehicle or a certain type of vehicle or a certain make or a certain country of the vehicle you have to use. I think that just adds like a level of like, you get to know different cars. You get to drive you have to drive different cars. And that's something that I've really enjoyed in this round of Forza Horizon 4 is, you know, going out of my, you know, shell of just using Lamborghinis or, you know, just Chevys or something along those lines, and driving different cars. I mean, this one's a good example. Like, I've literally passed over this car a bazillion times in the garage just because, you know, I haven't taken the time just to drive it. But if there was races that says, hey, you know, or more consistently if there were races that say, hey, you need to drive this type of car or this specific car, you know, obviously a lot more people would drive that car. It may turn out to like that car and stuff like that, but Alright, so that's where we'll end this video off there. Sorry if I got off on a tangent. I just, you know, I'm excited about Horizon 5, and I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that there's some, like, really good implementations that they add that just make the game just, you know, freaking awesome. And I know it will be. And, you know, November can't get here soon enough. But we'll end the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. Get excited for Wheel Spin Wednesday later today. Get excited for the new festival playlist coming out tomorrow for the autumn season. But we will see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.